Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Morning, Sana.
Good morning.
Okay. So last class we finished the chapter 9 and 10. Right. The resource management and fabrics around us. Right. Hmm? Did you go through it? Chapter 9, management of resources. What do you mean by resource, Sana?
Something that is used for our own needs.
Good. Very good. Okay. So then we classify the resources into certain groups like human resources, non-human resources, shared, individual, then community, and that's it, Meghna?
Individual, community, shared, natural resources.
No, natural resources. Can you give an example for a community resource?
Hospital.
Good. Okay. So then we learned about the characteristics. Sana, give any two characteristics. Any two.
About what?
The characteristics of resources. We learned about the characteristics, right? Any problem in audio?
No, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Just think. Resources.
They are limited.
Yeah, good. They are limited. The time is a limited resource. Sometimes the energy and all are the limited resource. It can be quantitative or qualitative. Then resources are limited. Then resources can be interchanged or substituted. Right. Then another characteristic. Fine. Then we learned about managing the resources. How to manage the resources. There are certain steps in resource management. Which are they? All these steps are interrelated and interdependent. Like planning, organization, implementation, controlling, and evaluation. Okay, these are the 5 steps that involved in managing the resources. Each step is interconnected and interdependent. Any doubts in that managing resources?
No, ma'am.
Sana, any doubts in that? No, okay. So there are 2 types of evaluation, right? Meghna?
Yes, ma'am.
There are 2 types of evaluation. Which are they? Sana, do you know? That's fine, Meghna, no problem. There are 2 types of evaluation, relative evaluation and absolute evaluation. Okay, relative evaluation means we compare with the earlier successful ones. Okay, and then absolute evaluation, which means we just check whether our goal is achieved or not. Okay, that is the absolute evaluation. Then, what is a fiber, Sana? Fiber.
The small thread structure.
It's a basic unit of, or it's the basic unit for the cloth construction, or the smallest unit for cloth construction, that is called as fabric. And then we classified the fabric on the basis of length and origin. Classify the fibers on the basis of origin, Meghna. Just classify it. I don't need the explanation, just list. According to origin.
Man-made.
Good.
And mineral fibers.
Natural fibers, man-made fibers, and blended fibers. Okay, natural, man-made, and blended fibers. Which are the natural fibers, Anna? Natural fibers. Example for the natural fibers.
Cotton.
That's a vegetable fiber. And then
wool.
Wool and silk. Wool and silk is an animal fiber. That's also an example for the natural fibers. Meghna, give an example for man-made fibers.
Nylon.
Nylon.
Rayon. Polyester.
Okay, good. There's another name for polyester, right? That's it. Sana? Go to the text. Just find out. That's it. Page number 90. Sana?
Terrain.
Good. Then, what about blended fibers, Meghna? Blended fibers.
Polyester plus cotton.
That is?
Terracotta.
Terracotta. Fine. So, yesterday you learned about yarns and all. Yarns weaving, plain weave, ribs weave and all. Any doubts in that? What do you mean by a yarn, Sana? Yarn. What does it mean?
Yarn is the longest part of the fabric.
The twisting of fibers. Okay, if we twist the fibers, that is called as yarn. Yarns are made of thin strands that are called as fibers. Okay, yarn is made from fibers. Is it clear? It's a long continuous thread of textile fiber made suitable for use in production of textiles by weaving. Okay, so yarn means if we twisted the fibers, that is called as yarn. The twisting of fibers. Is the screen visible here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then we classify the yarns into three, which are the simple yarn, novelty yarn, and textured yarn. There is a classification for yarn just like as fibers. So the yarns are classified into three: simple yarn, novelty yarn, and textured yarn. Simple, novelty, and textured yarn. Okay. So first is simple yarn. What is a simple yarn? The simple yarns are also called as ordinary yarns. Okay, simple yarns are also called as ordinary yarns. The other name for the simple yarn, that is ordinary yarns. These yarns are usually made by natural and man-made fibers. Okay, simple yarns are usually made by man-made or natural fibers. It can be made by natural fibers or by man-made fibers. Okay, and simple yarn, the other name for simple yarn is ordinary yarn. Okay, it's another name. And there's a classification in the simple yarn, that is single ply yarn, multiple ply yarn, and cord yarn. Again, there is a classification in simple yarn. The yarns are classified into three: simple yarn, novelty yarn, and textured yarn. Okay, there is an other classification for simple yarn, that is simple ply yarn, multiple ply yarn, and cord yarns. Okay, what is it? Single ply yarn, multiple ply yarns, and cord yarns. Okay. The first picture, that is a single yarn. This is the single yarn, the first one. In single yarn, they are directly twisted from fibers. Okay, single yarn means they are directly twisted from fibers. They are directly twisted from fibers. That is called a single yarn. Single yarn is an example of simple yarn. Don't get confused. Simple yarn is classified into three. That is single yarn, ply yarn, and cord yarn. Okay. Single yarn means the directly twisted from fibers. Okay. That is called a single yarn. And then what is a ply yarn? Ply yarn.
Two strings.
Two.
From two strings.
Yeah, two or more single yarns are twisted together to form a ply yarn. Okay. Two or more single yarns are twisted together. That is called as ply yarn or multiple ply yarn. Both are correct. Ply yarn, which means two or more single yarns are twisted together. Sana, switch on the camera. What's a ply yarn, Sana?
Yarn twisted together.
Two or more single yarns are twisted together. Okay, single yarns means directly twisting the fibers. That is single yarn. Ply yarn means two or more these single yarns are twisted together. That is called as ply yarn. Okay. Then what is cord yarn? What is cord yarn, Meghna? Hosanna.
From more than two strings.
Yeah. Or otherwise, two or more ply yarns are twisted together. It is called as cord yarn. Okay. Two or more ply yarns are twisted together to form a cord yarn. So the yarns are classified into three: simple yarn, novelty yarn, and textured yarn. In simple yarn, we have single yarn, ply yarn, and cord yarn. Single yarn means the yarns are twisted together. The directly twisted of the fibers is called as single yarn. And then ply yarn. Ply yarn means two or more single yarns are twisted together. It is called as ply yarn. And cord yarns means two or more ply yarns are twisted together. It is called as cord yarns. Okay, is it clear? Then the next is novelty yarn. Novelty yarn. Novelty yarn means fancy yarns. The other name. It's a fancy yarns. Novelty yarns. They are also called as fancy yarns. While making this yarns, something decorative is added to this threads. Okay, here you can see the small colored balls here. So it adds more beauty to that fiber or fabrics. Okay, that is the novelty yarn. When making these threads, something which are decorative are added to make them beautiful. Something decorative are added to make them beautiful. That is called as novelty yarn. Usually it's used in towels and different laces and all. Okay, this novelty yarns or fancy yarns are usually used in or used for making laces and towels. Okay, novelty yarn, which means something decorative is added to make that yarns more beautiful. That is called as novelty yarns. Then the last one is textured yarns. Textured yarns. These yarns are usually prepared by artificial methods. Textured yarns. Textured yarns means the yarns that are usually prepared by an artificial method. Okay, basically it is a polyester and nylon. Textured yarns. Just a minute. Okay, so in textured yarns, mostly the nylon and polyester fibers is used. Okay, in textured yarns. We covered the simple yarn, novelty yarn, and textured yarns. Right. Shubham. Shubham, it's home science class. Fine. So, Sana, classify the yarns based on. Classify the yarns, Sana.
Symbol yarn,
Mm.
novelty yarn,
Mm.
then
Textured yarns. The third one is textured yarns. Mm. The simple yarns is also called as ordinary yarns. Novelty yarn is also called as fancy yarns. Okay. In novelty yarns, we add something decorative or extra. We add something to this yarns to make them more beautiful. That is novelty yarns. Usually, we use this novelty yarns to make the laces, towels, and all. Okay. Then the last is textured yarns. It is usually prepared by artificial methods. Okay. So we finished the classification of yarns. Let's move on to the techniques of cloth construction. Mainly, there are 4 techniques for constructing the clothes, which are they? Weaving, knitting, felting, braids, and laces. Okay, these are the 4 main techniques that we used for cloth construction. Okay, the 4 main techniques that are used for cloth construction are weaving, knitting, felting, braids, and laces. Okay, it's in the page number 97. The first portion, there are 4 main techniques of cloth construction. You can underline that. Okay, what do you mean by weaving, Sana? Weaving.
weaving means like stitching the clothes with hands, with needles and all.
Okay. Meghna, what is it? Weaving.
Like sewing clothes
Hmm.
to make fabric to make a cloth.
That is weaving. Okay, it's correct. Basically, we have this is some terms. We have these weft yarns and warp yarns. Okay, weft and warp yarns. Hmm? What is a weft yarn? These weft yarns and warp yarns are mainly used for interlacing or for weaving. Okay, we need this weft and warp yarns for weaving. What is a weft yarn? Weft yarn. Yarns used along the length of the fiber. Okay, the length side, the length portion, this portion. This portion is called as the warp yarn. The yarn used along the length of the fabric. The yarns that is basically seen in the length side of the fabric. We have the length and breadth side, right? So the length side yarn is called as warp yarn, and the yarns used in the width of the fabric, that is a width side, that is called as weft yarn. Any doubts, Anna?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so we have the warp yarns and weft yarns. Warp means the length of the fabrics. The yarn basically used in the length side of the fabric is called as warp yarns. And weft yarns means the yarns used along with the width of the fabrics. Okay, here you can see the selvage, right? What is selvage? This weft yarns. You can see this weft yarns are the wrapped around the warp yarns. Okay, so here it creates an edge, right here. This edge is called as selvage. Okay, selvage means the weft yarns are wrapped around the warp yarns. Warp yarn means the length of the yarns used in the length side of the fabric. So this weft yarns are wrapped around the warp yarns to create an edge to the fabric. For what? It creates an edge to the fabric. That edge is called as selvage. Okay. This curving portion, right? You can see this curve. This is called as selvage. Is it clear? Sana, what are the 4 basic techniques that used for cloth construction?
Weaving,
Then weaving. There are 4 basic techniques for the cloth construction, which are there. The basic one or the very important one is weaving. That's right. Then weaving, knitting, felting, braids, and laces. Okay, these are the 4 main techniques that used for cloth construction. Which are these, Anna?
weaving, knitting,
Weaving, knitting,
uh,
felting. Try.
weaving,
Weaving, knitting, felting.
weaving,
Felting,
felting.
and braids and laces. Braids and laces. Okay, these are the four main techniques used in cloth construction. What is a warp, weft yarn, Meghna? Warp and weft yarn.
The warp is the vertical stitching, like, and the
The lengthwise, the yarns used in the length of the
fiber,
fabrics.
and the weft is the width of the width of the fiber, and selvage is the when warp and wedge.
That's okay. What is selvage, Sana? That's
Edge.
okay. Selvage.
Mm, the yarn is wrapped around the edge is known as slit.
Note down. What is selvage? Okay, note down. The weft yarns are wrapped around the warp yarns. Okay, the weft yarns, the width side, that side or that yarns are wrapped around the warp yarns. That is called as selvage. It creates an edge to the fabrics. When this weft yarns are wrapped around the warp yarns, it creates an edge. That is called as selvage. Okay. That's it. The weft yarns are wrapped around the warp yarns to create an edge to the fabric. It's in the page number 98, selvage. Okay, it's in 98. So, weaving means it's a production of fabrics by interlacing two sets of yarns. Okay, so that they can cross each other. That is called as weaving. The production of fabrics by interlacing two sets of yarns by crossing each other. It can be hand operated or machine operated. Okay, we can done in both ways, hand operated or machine operated. This is a hand operated loom. Okay, this is a hand operated loom. Just go through the picture. It's a hand operated loom and this is machine operated loom. Okay. So weaving can be done by machine operated or handmade. This is a handmade loom and this is machine operated loom. Okay. So let's move on to the parts of the loom. Okay. There are certain parts for this loom. What do you mean by loom, Meghna?
Like the two yarns are stitched together, or the
Loom.
fabric.
Think.
The final product.
Yeah, this is a hand operated loom, right? So it's used for weaving. That is it, Sana?
The part is used for weaving.
Yeah, fine. So there are certain parts in this loom. Whether it can be the hand operated or machine operated, there are certain common parts. Take the picture in 97. 97, page number 97, you can see a picture. These are the parts of the loom. 97. Okay, the first you can see the warp yarn, warp beam. The first one, warp beam. What is it? The warp threads are wrapped on a beam. Okay, when these warp threads are wrapped on a beam, it is called as warp beam. Okay, it's a basic part or the starting part that we can see. What is it? Warp beam. Warp means these warp threads are wrapped on a beam. Okay, Note down, Sana. The warp threads are wrapped on a beam. That is called as warp beam. Then the last portion, that is cloth beam. You can see two beams there, warp beam and cloth beam in that picture. Sana, do you see? Okay, so there are two beams in the loom. One is warp beam and other is cloth beam. Okay, warp beam means the warp threads. What are the warp threads? What do you mean by a warp thread? The fibers that used in the length side. So these threads are wrapped on a beam that is called as warp beam. And next is cloth beam. Cloth beam means the finalized cloth, the final product. The final product after the weaving and all, the final product is wrapped around a beam. The final cloth is wrapped around a beam. That is called as cloth beam. That is called as cloth beam. Okay. Then next you can see the harness there. Look at the picture. Harness. What is it? A frame-like structure, right? So it's a frame consisting of a number of wires. This harness has a number of wires. That is called as heddles. This is a structure of a loom, okay? So harness means it's a frame consisting of a number of wires known as heddle. These wires are known as heddles. You can see the heddle there. Harness is a frame that consists of a number of wires that is called as heddles. This harness that mainly used to control the movement of warp yarns. That's a basic function of harness. Okay, the part of the loom. Harness is a part of the loom. This part is mainly used to control the movement of warp yarns. Control the movement of warp yarns. Okay, next is shuttle. Sana, look at the picture. Shuttle. Where is it? This shuttle that holds the weft yarns. Okay. The shuttle holds the weft yarns. No problem in the audio, right?
No.
Okay, fine. Okay. So shuttle that is used to hold the weft yarns. Shuttle is mainly used to hold the weft yarns. And one more part is there, that is reed. Reed means the frame located in front of the harness. There is another frame is in front of that harness. Harness is also a frame that consists of a number of wires. And in front of this harness, there is another frame that is called as reed. Okay, that is called as reed. So I will repeat, there are certain parts for the loom. One is warp beam, which means the warp threads are wrapped on a beam. That is called as warp beam. And cloth beam means the finalized cloth is wrapped around a beam. That is called as cloth beam. And next is harness. Harness is a frame. Reed is also a frame. Main function of the harness is to control the movement of warp yarns. Okay. Harness is mainly used to control the warp yarns. Shuttle that holds the weft yarns. Shuttle is a part in loom that holds the weft yarns. Is it clear, Sana? Am I fast? Okay. Then let's move on to the weaves. Basic weaves are plain weave, twill weave, and satin weave. Okay, there are different kinds of weaves. The basic weaves are plain weave, twill weave, and satin weave. Plain, twill, and satin are the basic weaves. Okay, and we have also the fancy weaves, which means just like as the yarns classified into 3, here the weaves are also classified into 2. Weaves are also classified into two, that is basic weaves and fancy weaves. Basic weaves and fancy weaves. Basic weaves like plain weave, twill weave and satin weave. Okay. It's in page number 101. Okay. There is a diagram. The weaves, the types of weaves, it is classified into two, that is basic weaves and fancy weaves. These basic weaves are again classified into plain weave, twill weave and satin weave. 101. Okay. And the fancy weaves are pile weave, jacquard weave, leno weave and dobby weave. Okay. Sana, just summarize it. Summarize the types of weaves. You can refer the text.
Basic weave is divided into plain weave, twill weave, and satin weave.
Yeah.
Then plain weave is again divided into rib weave and basket weave. Then fancy weaves is divided into pile weave.
There are certain fancy weaves. Okay, this pile weave, jacquard weaves, all these are considered as the fancy weaves. Okay, is it clear? Just a minute. So let's continue. What is a plain weave, Meghna?
It
Plain
is
weave.
very like simple weave.
A plain weave is a simple weave. For an example, the lining of the clothes. You usually take the linings. That linings is like plain weave. Okay. If you look this lining clothes or lining fabrics, it's like as a plain weave. It's a plain weave. Okay. What is a plain weave? Here you can see that this is the weft yarn. The weft yarn goes behind and comes to the front of the warp yarns and again goes behind, come to the front. Okay, it's continuing, right? This is called as a plain weave. The weft thread crosses the warp threads by going over one by one. That is called as plain weave. Just look this picture now, okay? I'll give the notes so it will be more clear. So continuous one. One goes behind, then comes to the front, then again goes behind, then comes to the front. That is a plain weave. Okay. Then this plain weave is again, there are two types of plain weave. One is rib weave and basket weave. Rib weave and basket weave are the two types of plain weaves. Okay, these are the two types of plain weaves. Here you can see is that how many warp yarns can you see here? Meghna. Warp yarns.
4.
Okay, so here the two warp yarns are used, right? This two warp yarns are goes behind, right? Goes behind the weft yarns and it comes to the front. Okay, it's a 2-1, right? Two warp yarns are used for one weft yarn, right? And again, this two warp yarns are goes behind the one weft yarns. Is it clear? 2:1, just like as that. So rib weave means 2, 3 or 4 warp yarns. Here it is 2 warp yarns are taken and single weft is woven. Okay. For rib weaving, we usually take 2 warp yarns or 3 or 4 warp yarns, and then for this 2, 3, 4 warp yarns are mainly used for a single weft yarn. Okay. A single weft yarn and 2 warp yarns are woven. That is called as rib weave. Is it clear, Sana? Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Then basket weave. In basket weave, 2 or more warp yarns are taken for 2 or more weft yarns. Okay, here you can see the two warp yarns for 2 weft yarns, right? And then again 2 warp, 2 weft, right? 2:2. Basket weave. 2 or more warp yarns are taken and 2 or more weft are filled alternatively. These warp yarns and weft yarns are filled alternatively. That is called as basket weave. In rib weave, 2, 3 or 4 warp yarns are taken, and then a single weft yarn is taken, then they weave together or weave together. That is called as rib weave. In the case of basket weave, 2 or more warp yarns are taken and 2 or more weft yarns are taken, and then we filled alternatively. That is called as basket weave. Okay. What is a ribbon basket weave, Meghna?
In rib weave, 2 warp yarns and 1 weft yarn is taken together, and
Good.
in basket weaves, 2 warp yarns and 2 weft yarn or more than that, equal amount of is taken.
Yeah, good. Equal amount of warp yarns and weft yarns is taken, and then for the weaving. Okay, then the next is twill weave. So first, in basic weave, that is plain weave. Okay. Let's stop the class, okay? Meghna, let's stop the class. Sana.